Hey there! Welcome to Pegasus in the Starfield. My wanted captain Selene decided it was time for a change of scenery, so she exchanged the snow for sand, the conifers for palms, and the rooftop balcony for some beachfront gazebos. She liked the lakes though, so she kept those. This is the Rosé Beach Hideaway, and it's not only another safe house for Selene, she also built accommodations for her Constellation crewmates here. While scouting new sites for safe houses, I fell in love with this vibrant swamp biome. And no, your eyes aren't playing tricks on you, that really is pink sand. As soon as I saw it, I wanted to build here. We're going to start with Selene and Sam's bungalow. I really wanted a rustic-style outpost here, along with lots of plants to complement the landscape. I used lots of textures and earthy tones, as well as wood furniture. I was also able to fill in around the structures with trees and foliage that matched the native flora, which was nice because some of these buildings have fairly large exclusion zones. Once I started decorating inside, though, I realized these husbandry facility buildings are pretty dark, and the rustic furniture was just not vibing for me. They do work in Cora's room, I think because it has the light coming in from a good-sized window, along with a couple of white walls to reflect it. In the rest of the house, I decided to go with a more polished style because, for the most part, the lighter colored furniture better suits this interior. There are a couple more of those wanted slates. You'd think the ecliptic could take a hint. The rest of this lower level is kitchen and dining, with a laundry nook under the stairs. Upstairs is the master bedroom space, and I used more of those dark Aquila walls up here to divide the space. I think they're okay, but only because of the skylights. If the building didn't have them, I don't think I would have been able to keep these walls. While they match the building's style, to me they feel a bit, I don't know, maybe gloomy is the right word. So the furnishings up here are light and bright to counter that. And here's a look at them so you can see the size of the skylights. This is the medium animal husbandry building. The kitchen door exits straight onto the beach. This planet, Indum II, is like the Winter Lakes Refuge on McClure II. It's safe to go without a spacesuit except in certain weather conditions. And even though it's a cold climate, it is possible to swim in the water without getting frostbite. So we're just gonna go ahead and ignore the thermometer in favor of aesthetics. There are creatures in the larger lakes on either side of this strip of land that my hideaway is built on, and they show up on the HUD as potential enemies, although their scan only says they're wary. Usually that means they'll attack if you get too close or attack them first. Either way, not really a risk I want to take a chance on while swimming. So there's this smaller pond that I think we'll probably use more for swimming, and I set up a few open decks around it. There's a more secluded cabana off a little ways with a couple of beach towels that have seating markers on them. If you've seen my recent short, that happened while I was building this. Sometimes your active companions get in the way and it can be hilarious. Stuff like that is the reason I usually have companions stay inside the ship while building though. It's funny the first time, but it can get old. I made this little set to watch sunsets because the sky changes to match the sand as it goes. And then here I made an outdoor kitchen and dining room. This beach cabana is from the Scrappy Structures mod, and actually a lot of the smaller structures here came from that mod. I felt like the rustic style and all of the wood posts and beams is exactly what I was looking for and really complements this landscape. Alright, now we're going to walk through the companions' quarters. As I was building them, I just kind of wanted a different color scheme in each, but after I was finished, I couldn't help but think of which companion would probably stay in each of these. So this first one I thought of Barrett, a charming mix of sophistication and chaos. And then this blue and gray one with all the silver accents. It just seems like Sarah to me. You know, cool, modern, practical. And the final one here would be for Andresia, trying to fit in with the others, but can't hide the things that make her unique. Next is the dining hall and bar. And I think this is my favorite dining set that I've made so far. I like how the chairs are different, but they work together. Over here on this beach, I built a fire pit and another hot tub. I just stacked a bunch of those wooden walkways from the Scrappy Structures mod to make stairs up into it on the sides with benches. And then over here, tucked against the hillside for a natural barrier, is the shop and garage. I again made one with enough space that we could work on the Rev 8 in it if we need to. There's also some storage and all of the workbenches. And stacked on top of this is the command center. It has a nav table and a whole bay of monitors to keep an eye out for ecliptic bounty hunters or other raiding parties coming into the system or landing nearby. It's got a couple of workstations in here, as well as a table with snacks. Above the command center, I built a platform as a lookout. It has a pretty good view of the whole outpost as well as the surrounding area. Rosé Beach is a place where the whole crew can relax, but with her bounty still unresolved, Selene feels like one more hideout would be good to have lined up. She's taking her time to find another site while doing constellation missions and surveying jobs, as well as keeping an eye out for more stories. I hope you enjoyed this tour. If you have any questions or comments, drop me a line. My mods are in the description. Thanks for watching. Catch a smile out there.